What's up, Razmanites? Today on the Razman's Reality, I have a review for you for House at the End of the Street, starring Jennifer Lawrence, the horror film from 2012. But before I get into that, I just want to give two quick shout outs. The first is to a girl who I've just recently began to get to know a little bit. She's really, really nice, and there must be things in the water down there in Tennessee, because she acts just like the next person that I'm going to shout out in this video. But her name is Luna Claire. Actually, I think her name is Claire, but her YouTube username is Luna Claire. It's real simple. You just click on her face that just popped up as sort of a video clip right there, and that will take you to her channel where you can subscribe. I really think she's extremely underrated, very, very talented, and you can tell that she's really passionate about movie reviewing, and she needs more subscribers. So please go and show her some love. And then I mentioned that there would be a second person, and long-time subscribers, this won't be a mystery, but for any of you that are new, the person I'm talking about, of course, is Marissa, Film Angel 11. And the reason I'm shouting her out is because of two reasons. Number one, Jennifer Lawrence is our shared obsession in life, and that was really what started our friendship. So I knew she'd be happy to see me review this film for that reason, but also because she is the friend that has helped me realize that there are some horror films that I can watch. I used to be the kind of person that would stay away from horror movies completely, because one of the side effects of cerebral palsy is that you jump at any sudden movement, and any noise that you're not expecting will make you jump 15,000 feet in the air. But since I've been getting to know Marissa and we've been having conversations, she's began to help me realize that there's all kinds of horror films out there that aren't full of jump scares, and that I'm missing out on some great things by not checking out the genre. So I thought that for her sake, and to show my appreciation for her for helping educate me about horror a little bit, I would start off with something that I thought would be easy for me to watch, because it has my favorite lead actress, Jennifer Lawrence. I watched this one via Netflix, by the way. This was actually going to have Netflix in the title, but because I had to put shout-outs in the title, I couldn't fit Netflix in the title. So this one tells the story of Jennifer Lawrence's character, Alyssa, who has just moved to a new town with her mom, who just got out of a divorce with her father, and apparently she's not all that upstairs, her mom, because she spent several hours with a psychiatrist, and they're trying to rebuild their relationship as mother and daughter. They're somewhat estranged. We never really learn why. It's just something that the film makes clear throughout. So they're estranged, they're trying to rebuild their relationship. Meanwhile, the town that they move into is a town that had a double murder happen to them. The person who committed these double murders is a little girl named Carrie Ann, who killed her parents. And Alyssa and her mom, they move right in across the street from the murder house. And so they hear all these stories about how the murder happened and why they should stay away from the brother of the family, Ryan, who actually still lives in the house that the murders took place in. So as the story goes on, you learn that part of Alyssa's past is that she always wants to fix people. Probably because of the estranged relationship with the parents and wanting to always fix what's broken. So what she does in terms of relationships is she goes and she tries to fix people. So she has an immediate attraction to Ryan and falls for him and tries to fix him. And the more and more time that they spend together, the more and more Ryan starts to open up to her. And he tells her about what happened to his sister and the fact that she was brain damaged, and that's why she committed the murders. And the reason she was brain damaged is because they were on the swing set together as kids, and she kept wanting to go higher and higher and higher, and she went too high, fell off the swing, and hurt her neck, which caused her to have brain damage. And his parents sent him away for years because he was so psychologically damaged by what happened to his sister, he blamed himself. So Alyssa sees Ryan as a kindred spirit. She gets him into her music because she's a musician who's in a band, and she tries to protect him when the other kids pick on him. And there's this night when there's a battle of the bands, and a bunch of the kids from the high school tear up Ryan's car. And when they tear up his car, Alyssa flips out and starts running after him, trying to protect him, and she actually drives his car because he had just run away from the scene. So she drives his car to his house and sees that the kids are putting the house on fire, and so she stops them and puts out the fire. And then as she's in the house trying to calm everything down, she looks over and she sees that there's these tampons in the trash. And she's like, what in the world are all these tampons doing in the trash can? And this doesn't make any sense. So then she finds a wallet, and inside the wallet is this girl from Penn State, her ID and her identification. And then she starts to realize that something is really weird here. Why is Ryan holding on to a wallet from a girl from Penn State, and what's the deal with him and this girl? Well, you can kind of figure out what's happened here by now, I'm sure, and that's that Ryan is the actual murderer, because Carrie Ann actually died that day on the swing set, and his parents didn't know how to take it. His parents blamed him for the murder, and they called him Carrie Ann, and he just snapped, and he killed them because he couldn't deal with the pain of losing his sister. And every time he gets close to a girl and falls in love, he thinks that he can't have love because he has to have Carrie Ann. So he turns the girls into Carrie Ann. So that's what he attempts to do with Alyssa. Alyssa escapes though, but not before the sheriff of the town can be killed. But Alyssa and her mom, who was there to help her, escape, and Ryan gets locked away, and that's how the film ends. So overall, the film was a little bit too easy to figure out. I have to admit that. It was very, very predictable. Like, it was clear that there was going to be an attraction between Ryan and Alyssa, and it was clear that Ryan was a lot more psychologically disturbed than he was letting on, and it became easier and easier to figure out that he was the actual murderer. And it was also very low budget, so some of the shots in the film, they were easy to pinpoint, oh, that's bad camera work. But as someone that doesn't watch a lot of horror movies, I guess maybe that's the one plus, is that it did have really good acting and the actors really threw themselves into the role, I thought, and it really made for a semi-entertaining film. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Probably wasn't the best horror film to start out with, but it was decent, and I'm glad I watched it, and I'm glad that I'm giving the horror genre a chance, and I'm not missing out on so many good films now. So, yeah, decent film, 3 out of 5. If you haven't seen it and you're a fan of Jennifer Lawrence, give it a watch on Netflix, give it a rent. I don't know if it's worth owning, but that's my 2 cents on it. So, as always, check out all company contact information down below for the company that I work for, Handi Enterprises Inc., the official sponsors of this program and channel. Anytime you help out their social media, you help me out directly. So please do that if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure to like this video, comment on the video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I greatly appreciate your support. And this is reality according to the Razman. And Razman style is not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.